The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm, serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Hi everyone, Lieber King, your host, owner of Louisiana Football Magazine since '97, and actually one of my guests, he was a player in our magazine. Now he's the head coach at Oak Grove High School, state championship coach. They've won 2 in a row, and it's Oak Grove High School. Great program in North Louisiana. Appreciate Coach being here. We're going to introduce Coach Gregory when we come back, and we're going to meet some of his players. He brought 3 Oak Grove players and have several more kids that were deserving. We just couldn't interview everybody today, but they have a chance to win 3 state championships in a row. Oak Grove High School. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back, Lieber King, owner of Louisiana Football Magazine, the Sports Scouting Report. We're here today at Franklin Academy in Winsboro, Louisiana. We're doing a bunch of different shows for schools here in the area, not so much Monroe, but in the area to where from Natchez, the Oak Groves, the Delhi Charters, the Delta Charters, the Faradays, the Rayvilles, all the way to Rayville to Natchez. And today is Oak Grove High School. Ryan Gregory, the head coach. Coach, thank you, man, for being here.
Appreciate it.
You know, I remember when you were an O-lineman for Oak Grove, and you were in our magazine every year just about, at least 3 of the 4 years. You're pretty good back in the day.
Yeah, kind of got lucky. Played on some good teams. Played O-line and D-line, and Coach Rample had that thing rolling back then. We had some really good players back then, and just a kind of a unique deal getting to come back and coach at your alma mater.
I want to ask you, I've always wanted to ask you this, Coach Gregory, and you're a young coach, and you've already been there for a few years at Oak Grove, but how much did it help being a part of a state championship at Oak Grove as a player before you became the head coach at your alma mater?
You know, I think it gives you the, the drive to obviously want to get there, but also kind of, going back on your experiences and trying to get the kids to understand how special it is. And so I think it absolutely plays a factor in it.
Now you've 2 state championships in a row, 22 and 23. I'm sure everybody said, boy, it's going to be hard to win 2 in a row, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now it's going to be hard to win 3 in a row.
Well,
it's not easy.
When you're coaching at Oak Grove, and, it's a blessing that people have the expectations they do, but you can't win the last one without, as soon as you get out of the dome, well, we're going to be able to do it again next year, and so it's fun to have those expectations and be in a place that expects you to do well.
I want to mention this because just being outside the program, I'm not an Oak Grove alumnus. I'm not a graduate. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but I've been doing scouting since '97, and I watch the teams every year. And I wanted to tell you this, Coach, is that what I'm excited for you is that you've got some key players back that are going into their 4th year that I've watched. You're starting quarterback 4th year, and I'm like, man, we haven't even seen the best of Jackson Bradley.
Well, it's kind of a unique deal. I think we're going to have probably 14 kids that have been 4-year starters, and that's, they paid the price that first year when you have 14 freshmen starting. So, but they've continued to get better, and you fight that complacency deal because when you win that first one, but it's not the deal with these kids. They have a chip on their shoulder. They have something to prove every year and try to do something this year we've never done.
Coach, what makes Oak Grove so special? We're going to talk about the community, not just the kids, but man, the fan support's off the chart, huh?
It is, and our booster support is incredible. We're not a place that's going to have a whole lot of money coming into the school board and things like that, but our support from our booster club is unmatched, and it's former players, it's dads, but the whole community itself, like you said, when we have a big game at Oak Grove, everybody's there, but also when we go on the road, that's why people like to play us, because we're going to pack the stands, and we're going to bring as many people as they do. And a lot of times with the places we go play, we've got more fans than the other team, and that plays a big role with these kids and knowing that the people support them.
You know, I've noticed Oak Grove's been a little lineman heavy with college guys. That y'all have a lot of college linemen. One at Kansas. Y'all got a linebacker that was at Southeastern.
Yep.
Y'all had a run of big O linemen. You've had a run of big linebackers lately, and now you got a run of some good skill guys.
Yeah, that's something different with this group. We've always had the big guys, but recently when you know going to the skill guys, talking about Cam Franklin, who's at Oklahoma State right now, and then we've got several guys right now. One of them is here today, Jay Freeman, that does a lot of different things for us athletically, and then you got obviously the quarterback Jackson Bradley and our tight end JT Layton, who've got D1 offers and stuff. But we've got some other guys that's been contributing. Brody Stewart is another guy that's got some college offers that's plays outside receiver. So it's been a little bit different with this group with the skill guys we've been able to mix in.
What's your sell to the team to keep them from getting complacent? You said that's easy to do.
Well, with this group it is. I mean, like, you know, it's human nature to kind of relax. But these guys know that when you win 2 in a row and when you've had some success that you've got a target on your back, and they know that we're going to get everybody's best game no matter what, and they take that challenge seriously, and you can tell by the way they prepare and get ready for the season.
The competition up here, Coach, Sterlington, Ouachita Christian, your team. You know, obviously the bigger schools, Ruston, West Monroe is going to be better this year. Ouachita's been getting better every year. I mean, there's no slouches in 1A to 5A in North.
Well, you just look at our district, and you throw Mangum and Ouachita Christian, and those two teams that are always in the hunt. And Mangum's one of those teams that's always got a lot of talent, but like you just said, Sterlington. And then moving up in division this year, we're going to have some new opponents in the playoffs with Sterlington and Union Parish and people like that up north. Gina, another team that's always in the hunt. So it's going to be a challenge. These guys know the challenge. They understand it's just not as much room for error, and they've taken that to heart. And the expectations do not change just because we moved up, but we know the challenge that's ahead of us.
I'm a big fan of Jackson Bradley, just watching quarterbacks come up. That your quarterback, big guy, you know, his dad was a 6'7" tight end, as you know, at LSU and Tech. But he is an incredible football player and at an early age.
Yeah, I mean, and that goes back to the preparation and the way they approach the game. Everybody can say, well, he's getting this because he's big, or that he's getting this because of that. But Jackson knows how to prepare. He knows how to put the work in. He understands that the position he plays is going to get the most scrutiny. Sometimes deserved, sometimes not. But that's just the position he plays, and he attacks it the way it's supposed to be attacked.
What I like about your quarterback is that at 210 or whatever he is right now, 6'4", he can run. I think that's something that people don't talk a lot about.
No, and it's something that's a big weapon whenever you can have a +1 with your quarterback being able to run the football, and not only just being able to be a bruiser, but even though I mess with him a lot, he can break away. He can score from anywhere on the field, and it's definitely a weapon to have whenever you can throw that in there with the guys like Brody Stewart and Jay Freeman and JT Layton.
You don't want him to hit too many pads.
No. We try to limit it as much as we can. We've talked about going out of bounds.
Right. Do the Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Go out. Go outside.
He's not going to slide, but he will go out of bounds some now.
Coach, thank you. Coach Ryan Gregory, appreciate you being here.
Thank you for what you do for us.
Good luck to you this year. And I'm not supposed to say it in the media, but I do hope you win a third state championship because it's very rare. And I think if there's anything to say to a young man is that not many people have won 3 in a row at any classification in Louisiana. The West Monroes, the Evangels, it's hard to do. We'll be back to interview 3 of his great players in just a moment.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen, your host, Louisiana Football Magazine, the Sports Scouting Report podcast. And you met Coach Ryan Gregory, who's doing a phenomenal job at Oak Grove. They have a chance to win 3 state championships in a row. Rarely done in the history of Louisiana football, high school football. I want to interview one of 3 players to start out, Jay Freeman, who's going to be a 4-year starter. He's small in stature, but don't tell him that because he's tough and he's quick and he's a big-time weapon for Oak Grove. And he's a very important piece to what they do at Oak Grove as a running back and a wideout. And I guess, Jay, you never know when you're going to play either one, right?
Oh, no,
Good
sir.
to meet you.
Good to meet you, too.
So how does that work for you? Because you're slots or you're a running back?
It's not hard because, well, when I went into playing the running back position, it was like week 3 of last season. It was a big jump, but I knew all the plays because being a receiver, you got to know all the plays. So jumping to running back, it wasn't a big jump.
What's it like running behind the big line with the big quarterback, the big receivers, the big
Being my
JT,
size,
and
you can
got
barely
Brody?
see.
Yeah.
You can barely see. You got to make your own hole when you go through. But, I mean, you got them 5 guys in front that's going to block for you, make any hole. But I run behind them any day.
Do you love when the offense has the ball 8 or 9 minutes?
Oh, no.
You don't like that?
Because,
That's ball game if you got
Yeah.
8 or 9 minutes.
but, like, we get the ball. We score quick.
Right.
We
You
score
got all
quick.
the weapons and everything. But I love those 9 minutes. I think Coach loves those 9-minute drives.
So it depends what teams we play. It depends what
Coach
teams we
loves
play.
to score, but maybe in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, fourth quarter, yes. Yes,
You got
for sure.
you got like a full quarter and just give them 2 minutes left, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you like most about football, Jay?
Just being able to play the game, being able to meet the guys from other teams, being on the field, and coming together with people in the sport.
You know, you remind me, and I don't know if Coach agrees, but there was a kid at Neville about 8 years ago. He plays for the Dallas Cowboys now, and he's 5'7" on a good day, 155.
Cavante Turp.
Cavante Turpin. He's returning punts and kickoffs for the Dallas Cowboys, and he's yet to be 160 pounds. What do you think of that? It gives you a shot.
Yes, sir. I mean, anybody in this world has a shot. It don't matter what size you is or what it is. Anybody in the world has a shot. You just got to put your mind towards it.
But I think you got an opportunity to go somewhere because of high effort
Yes, sir.
and your wiggle and your ability. You're hard to tackle,
Yes, sir.
and you can tell you put in high effort.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like some guys, some plays they're high effort, but you're full throttle every
Yes,
time.
sir. Because this past season, I had to realize you got to give 100% every play because you don't know what play it'll be. That it could be the worst play of the game. So you got to give 100% every play if you don't get the ball.
Jay Freeman,
Regardless.
jersey number 2.
Yes, sir.
So if you can't get a roster at the game, he's number 2, and he'll get the ball in his hands when Brody doesn't have it, or JT doesn't have it, or the quarterback doesn't have it, or whoever else doesn't have it. But good luck to you this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jay Freeman going to be a senior this year at Oak Grove High School, 4-year starter. Be sure to check him out. We'll be right back.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scouting Report Podcast, Louisiana Football Magazine. Oak Grove High School is our show, and we've got another player to talk to who has 10 offers. He's got a bunch of Division I offers. He likes ULM of Monroe, he told me. Northwestern State and Natchitoches. I love Northwestern State. Love the city of Natchitoches. And Arkansas State was the out-of-state school that JT Lawton. Good to meet you.
Me too.
And you go by JT, but real name Joe Thomas, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
What do you? It's Leighton, right?
Leighton,
Look
yes,
like
sir.
Lawton on your hand right now.
Leighton.
I couldn't tell what you wrote down here, but Leighton. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, forgive me. But JT Leighton, 6'4", 220, very good athlete, 4-year starter, all district, I think all state, right?
Yes, sir.
What's it like? I got to ask you this: playing with quarterback for 4 years in a row, and a receiver, Brody, for 4 years in a row, and Jay Freeman 4 years in a row.
It definitely helps in the long run, having play beside him for that long. You know who's good better at what, who can do what better, and just overall better.
You want to stay close to home. It sounds like you like some of the in-state schools more.
I like a couple of them, yes, sir.
Any coaches recruiting you that stick out that you like
Uh,
ULM or Arkansas State or?
I like the DC at Northwestern, Coach Connor, and then the tight end coach at Arkansas State, Coach Grimes. I like those two probably the most out of all of them.
And they're obviously looking at you as a tight end / H-back.
Yes, sir, kind of.
You do a good job, man, in motion. I mean, you line up as a wideout. I've seen you line up there at 210 pounds when you were even younger, and but y'all score a lot of points. Capable of having those long drives. What do you think you need to work on, JT? And what do you think the team needs to work on this year?
I think as a team we need to work on like getting going faster. Usually about week 3 or 4 we usually have I'll say we have a bad game, and then after that it gets rolling. But I feel like we need to start off game week 1 through week 14, 15.
Rhythm.
Rhythm, yes, sir.
Who's the strongest guy on the team?
Probably either Isaiah or Calvin. They're two strong boys.
Pretty good players.
Yes, sir.
Who's the fastest guy on the team, in your opinion?
Probably either Jay or Tamarcus Pritchard.
Pritchard's a pretty good player.
Mm-hmm.
In Division I. Coach really likes him as a sleeper in state. Anybody you want to shout out to and thank for where you are today? Anybody?
Coach Gregory and Coach Josh. Coach Jackson's dad helped a lot in the long run.
Good luck to you this year, man.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you.
wherever you go to college, I look forward to seeing you on TV. You and Jay, and obviously Jackson and Pritchard and all the guys. I could go on and on the players for your team, but we'll be right back. We've got another interview with Jackson Bradley, the quarterback of the program in the last 4 years, and we'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host, Louisiana Football Magazine, the Sports Scout Report podcast. Oak Grove, Coach could have brought 10 players today, but we can't interview 10 players. Wish we could, but we're promoting all 10. Go to our website, lafootballmagazine.com. The kids that are here today, we have a magazine for them. We're digital now, and it's on our website, lafootballmagazine.com. And it'll be up in about 2 weeks. We're in 4A right now. We're going to 3A, 2A, 1A. We're doing one district a day. For all the kids that know it, we have pictures of players, all the stuff you want to read about the schools. And without waiting any longer, one of the best quarterbacks, I think, in the country, not just Louisiana, and I think one of the best quarterbacks I've seen every year for the last 4 years is Jackson Bradley, senior for Oak Grove. Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Not your first interview.
No, sir. No, sir. Not my first one.
What's it like doing all these interviews the last 2 or 3 years?
It's definitely a unique experience. My mom always told me, she made me run for student of the year because she said I was going to need some interview skills. So she was right. It's a unique experience, definitely a cool experience getting to meet different people.
By the time you go to Tech, you're going to be a pro.
I don't
You'll
know
be like
about a
Terry
pro.
Bradshaw going up there to the stage.
Maybe so. Hopefully.
What does it make you feel like when you look at that trophy case at Tech where your dad played? Your dad started at LSU, finished at Tech. Your dad's 6'7", back in his heyday. You're 6'4", right?
Yes, sir. 6'3",
6'3", 6'4". Your sister's 6'5", who's a star. We want to talk about her in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Your mom is 6'3". You told me the shortest person in the family, like 5'11",
Yes, sir.
and then your uncle who's 6'2".
Yes, sir.
That's incredible.
Yes, sir. Definitely some good gene pool for sure. Yes, sir.
Wow. Who's the best in basketball?
Caroline.
Your sister.
She's taking everybody.
She's one of the best in the country right now.
Oh, yes,
right?
sir. She's one of them ones for
You
sure.
mind bragging on her a little bit if she sees the show?
Oh yeah, she's the hardest working person I know I've ever met in my life. 4:30 wake up, the gym by 5, not leave until 6:30, and that's every day. That's no matter game, not game. She's in this throughout July. She's been in every state you can imagine. She's in South Carolina right now playing basketball. She's just incredible. She works harder, eats better.
And she's not even going to be a senior next year.
She's going to be a sophomore,
Sophomore.
next year.
6'5" basketball.
Yes, sir.
Who does she like? I know you're committed to Tech.
Yes, sir. She hasn't really narrowed it down. She has some really big offers. She has South Carolina. She has LSU. She has Iowa. She has all the big.
The big ones.
Yes. So she's keeping all options open right now because she's so young. So.
Jackson, you know what's crazy? Kim Mulkey, Louisiana Tech All-American.
Yes, sir.
LSU.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that
It is.
crazy?
It is.
So you got Kim Mulkey recruiting her, who was one of the most famous Tech basketball players ever.
Yes, sir.
And your dad playing at Tech.
Yep. Yes, sir.
That's going to be tough, but she's in a good spot. Your dad's got to be proud, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Extremely. I think so, at least. Yes, sir.
How does he have time?
He makes it. Just.
Stays busy between your
Stays
sister,
busy.
you, and then your youngest brother coming up.
Yes, sir. Jim, that's the youngest brother. He played summer baseball all throughout, and Dad coached that. And then Caroline has been all over the country. So you have to pick. He has to pick his poison. See who wants to go watch this weekend and not. But it's definitely been a sacrifice, but they make it happen.
And I want to let people know, because I know you're a very good football player. You didn't really have to commit to Tech. You had some You had a lot of offers.
I had a few, but some more interest. Yes, sir, I did. Coach Cumbie really sealed the deal for me. He's a great dude. He wanted me really bad, and I wanted to go somewhere that wanted me. more than I wanted to go there, and I feel like that was Louisiana Tech for me. And Coach Cumbie, he's the reason.
And you don't mind staying in state, which is good.
No, sir, I don't. I
I
don't.
think it's always good to stay in state if you can.
Yes, sir.
you know.
Yes, sir.
What is it like playing for Coach Gregory?
It's great. I mean, all 4 years I've got not only better as a player, but only better as a man also. And that's what everybody comes through. It's very faith-based, and he grows you more than just a football player. And I feel like that's one of the main things that, has helped us be as successful as we are, is even through the tough times, the 3 lost seasons, we're able to keep going because we're not only football players, but we're men.
The best Tech commitment, in my opinion, at quarterback since Landry Liddy, and he's better than Landry right now, who played at Calvary Baptist, 6'4", 210 pounds, and growing, Jackson Bradley. Jackson, what do you need to work on? Because I know you can run really well. You're a big guy, but you can run. You're not scared. I've watched you on film. You're not scared at all. You got a great arm. You're calm. You don't look like you get rattled. I mean, when you wake up, and I know you're that type of kid, what do you think you need to work on still?
I mean, just not becoming complacent. There's always something, some schools, they didn't want me. And so even on my best day, there's somebody that's better than me. So I can't go not work. I got to find something to go be better at. If that's accuracy, if that's, reading defenses, that's getting stronger in the weight room, getting faster. It's always something.
Yeah, to win 3 in a row is hard, huh?
Yes, sir, it is. It is.
And your dad's still helping coach at all?
He is, yes, sir. Receivers coach.
That's 6'7" receivers coach.
Yes,
That's
sir.
pretty good.
It is, yes, sir.
I saw Brody and them are pretty good right now
yes,
too.
sir.
JT
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir. He
you want
helps.
to mention anybody else on the staff? You want to thank anybody else on the staff?
Coach Pennington, offensive coordinator, come in my sophomore year, and he's really helped us slide it up and put up big numbers. It's a blessing to have him here. Yes, sir.
Is there a game that sticks out to you? I mean, y'all had a number of games where y'all scored a lot of points. But is there a game where you look back and go, wow, that was our best game maybe, against a big-time team?
I mean, the one from the state championship obviously sticks out. Anytime you can score 42 in the first half and have
That's incredible.
in the state championship game and have a chance to score 70, that's pretty big time. Probably the first game with Coach Pennington there that I realized we could score a lot of points was Sterlington, my sophomore year. We scored 55 or something like that, and beat Sterlington. And I was like, okay, so we can really get this going and score fast. And
Usually Sterlington doesn't give you the ball more than 9 minutes a game to get 55. It's incredible.
yes, sir. Our defense played really well that game too.
Do you remember Coach's mood when y'all had 40 points in the first half, state championship game? Was he still?
Oh yeah, can't
Still-
give in because the clock wasn't running yet. And if the clock's not running, then it's not over. So
How are you feeling at that point?
oh, I'm coasting. I'm ready. I'm ready for the final buzzer to sound.
Like, let's run the ball, let's
oh
run the
yeah,
clock
come
out.
on. Yeah, we came out and tried to throw a post right out of half, threw an interception. Coach Pennington's like, all right, we're not doing that anymore. Let's turn around and hand it to Jayden. Let's see if we can get out of here.
For a kid watching that's never been in the Dome, what is that experience like for you?
So the first time I ever walked in there, it's quite literally one of the brightest places on earth. It's like you're just star-stunned. Walk in, you're just looking up, like Hoosiers. That's how it was for me. Just looking around, like, dang. really
NFL
here.
venue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's incredible y'all got a chance to go there 3 times.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, Jackson.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Jackson Bradley, one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and I think one of the best quarterbacks around, period. Is going to be a senior this year, 4-year starter, has a chance to win 3 state championships as a starting quarterback, something that's never been done at many of the schools in the state of Louisiana. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.